If you are a man over 50, here is a hard truth. Your testosterone has already dropped by nearly 40% compared to when you were 25. That single decline explains why your energy feels lower, why your erections are softer, and why your stamina does not last the way it used to. But what if I told you that you could reverse much of that damage? Not with pills, not with surgery, but with just 3 simple exercises. Movements that take less than 10 minutes a day, yet reawaken circulation, trigger natural testosterone release, and bring back the kind of power you thought was gone forever. Most men never hear about this, their doctors never teach it, gyms never mention it, and yet clinical studies and centuries of practice prove that these movements can transform performance after 50. The question is, will you take advantage of it, or will you let time steal your strength? I am Dr. SpeechkenD Barry, men's health and performance coach, and today I will guide you step by step through 3 powerful exercises designed to restore your vitality, boost testosterone, and support harder, longer-lasting erections naturally. Before we dive in, do me a quick favor. Hit that like button right now and make sure you subscribe, because what you are about to discover could change your mornings, your nights, and your confidence as a man. As the years pass, most men notice small changes that quietly add up. You wake up less energized even after a full night's sleep. Workouts that once felt easy now leave you drained. Erections that used to be automatic in your 20s and 30s start to feel unreliable, weaker, or slower to rise. This is not just about aging, it is about biology. After 50, testosterone production slows dramatically. Blood vessels stiffen, reducing the very circulation needed for intimacy. Muscles lose tone, especially in the core and pelvis, which are the engines of performance. Add in stress, long hours of sitting, and lack of movement, and the decline accelerates. Here is the dangerous part. Many men accept this as normal. They turn to quick fixes, pills, supplements, even risky procedures, hoping for a shortcut. But shortcuts never rebuild the foundation. They mask symptoms while the root problem continues to grow. The truth is, your body still has the potential to produce testosterone, to send blood surging through the right pathways to keep you firm and strong. The switch is not gone. It is only dormant. The real question is, how do you flip that switch back on? That is where movement becomes the secret weapon. Not random workouts, not hours at the gym, but 3 targeted exercises that activate the exact muscles and nerves responsible for blood flow and hormone release. And once you know them, you will realize just how close you are to reclaiming your power. The first exercise is simple, but do not underestimate its power. It is called the hip thrust, sometimes known as the glute bridge. On the surface, it looks basic, just lying on your back and lifting your hips, but what it does inside your body is extraordinary. Here is how to perform it. Lie flat on a comfortable mat with your knees bent and your feet planted firmly on the ground, hip width apart. Place your arms by your sides for stability. Now press through your heels and slowly lift your hips toward the ceiling. Hold at the top for 2 to 3 seconds, feeling your glutes and lower back engage. Then lower down with control. Repeat this movement for 10 to 15 repetitions and aim for 2 to 3 sets. What makes this exercise unique is where it targets. The hip thrust directly strengthens the gluteal muscles, the pelvic floor, and the deep stabilizers of your core. These are the very muscles that support blood circulation into the pelvis. When they are weak, blood struggles to stay where it is needed most. But when they are strong, circulation flows freely, helping to produce and sustain erections. At the same time, research shows that compound movements like the hip thrust stimulate the release of testosterone and growth hormone. In other words, this exercise not only trains your muscles, it trains your hormones. The more consistently you practice it, the more you wake up. The very systems that drive masculine vitality. Now, imagine this. Every time you lift your hips, you are teaching your body to restore blood flow, strengthen the foundation of your performance, and reignite testosterone naturally. And the best part, it requires no equipment, no gym, just your own body weight. But if the hip thrust builds the base, the next exercise goes even deeper. It taps into an ancient stance that not only strengthens your legs, but also sparks a surge of testosterone unlike anything most modern workouts can deliver. The second exercise takes us from lying down to standing tall. It is the deep squat, also known in martial traditions as the horse stance. At first glance, it looks like a simple leg exercise, but this ancient posture posture has been revered for centuries for its ability to build stamina, awaken energy, and fuel male hormones. Here is how to begin. Stand with your feet wider than your shoulders, toes angled slightly outward. Slowly lower your body as if you are sitting back into an invisible chair, keeping your chest upright and your knees tracking over your toes. Sink down until your thighs are nearly parallel to the ground. Hold this stance for 15 to 30 seconds at first, gradually working your way up to 1 or even 2 minutes as your strength improves. Focus on controlled breathing. Inhale deeply through your nose. Exhale slowly through your mouth. What is happening inside your body during this stance is remarkable. The deep squat stretches and strengthens the hip flexors, quadriceps, and pelvic floor muscles. These muscles are directly linked to circulation in the groin and lower abdomen. When blood flow is unrestricted, erections are stronger and more reliable. Even more exciting is the hormonal effect. Studies have shown that deep, weight-bearing movements like squats stimulate testosterone production. Think of testosterone as the fuel for your drive, your erections, and your overall vitality. When you regularly challenge your legs, the largest muscles in your body, you send a powerful signal to your endocrine system. Produce more testosterone. Keep this man strong. Beyond hormones, the horse stance also builds endurance. Holding the position requires mental focus and steady breath, qualities that carry directly into performance in the bedroom. You are not just building muscle. You are training your body to stay steady under pressure. But strength and testosterone are only part of the equation. Flexibility and openness in the pelvis are just as critical. That is why the next movement is not about power, but about unlocking the flow that keeps everything working at its peak. Now that we have built strength and awakened testosterone, it is time to unlock the final piece, flexibility and blood flow. The cobra stretch, also known in yoga as the upward dog, is more than a back bend. It is a posture that opens the pelvis, lengthens the spine, and frees the circulation that fuels both energy and intimacy. Here is how to practice it. Lie face down on a mat with your legs extended behind you, toes pointed back. Place your hands beneath your shoulders, elbows tucked close to your body. As you inhale, press your palms into the floor and gently lift your chest upward. Keep your hips and thighs grounded at first, then gradually allow them to rise as you progress into a full upward dog. Hold the stretch for 15 to 20 seconds, breathing deeply, then lower down with control. Repeat this for 3 to 5 rounds. What makes this movement so powerful is its dual effect. First, it stretches the hip flexors and abdominal wall, which often become tight from years of sitting. A tight pelvis restricts blood flow and compresses nerves that are essential for erections. By opening this region, the cobra stretch restores circulation and sensitivity. Second, it stimulates the adrenal glands and nervous system, helping to reduce stress. Stress is one of the hidden killers of testosterone and sexual performance. When your body is tense, your blood vessels constrict. When you release that tension through stretching and breathing, blood flows freely again. Many men are surprised at how quickly this movement creates a sense of lightness and energy. It is not just a physical change, it is a mental reset that prepares you for both daily vitality and intimate moments. Now that you have seen the 3 core exercises, hip thrusts for strength, squats for testosterone, and cobra stretch for circulation, the question becomes, how do you put them together into a routine you can follow every day? The answer is simpler than you might think. You might be wondering, how do these 3 movements fit into your daily life? The truth is, you do not need hours in a gym or complicated schedules. Just 10 to 15 minutes a day is enough to wake up your body, strengthen your foundation, and rebuild what time has taken away. Here is how to structure it. Begin with the hip thrusts. Perform 2 sets of 15 controlled repetitions, lifting your hips high and squeezing at the top. This activates your glutes and pelvic floor, priming circulation for everything that follows. Next, stand tall and move into the deep squat or horse stance. Start with 30 seconds, focusing on steady breathing and build up gradually. Over weeks, push yourself to hold 1 or 2 minutes because the longer you last here, the more your legs signal your body to release testosterone. Finally, finish with the cobra stretch. Flow gently into the posture. Hold for 20 seconds. Release and repeat 3 to 5 times. This opens your hips, relaxes your spine, and restores blood flow to its natural pathways. When Combined, this sequence creates a circuit that strengthens, energizes, and relaxes in perfect balance. Done daily, it does more than improve performance in the bedroom. It lifts your mood, sharpens your focus, and reminds you that vitality is not about age, but about action. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these 3 exercises are you most excited to start today? Drop your answer in the comments below, because your story might be the one that inspires another man to take back control of his health. But do not stop here, because the closing message is where everything comes together. So there you have it. 3 simple movements: hip thrusts, deep squats, and the cobra stretch that together rebuild circulation, reignite testosterone, and restore the kind of lasting erections and energy every man deserves. No pills, no gimmicks, just your body learning to work the way it was designed. The question now is simple. Will you take 10 minutes each day to invest in your strength? Or will you let time and neglect continue to drain it away? The choice is yours, but the results are undeniable when you commit. If this video gave you value, do me a quick favor right now. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with another man who needs to hear it. Together we can build a community of men who refuse to surrender their vitality to age. I am Dr. Ken D. Barry, men's health and performance coach. Your future energy, confidence, and intimacy are in your hands. Start today. Your body will thank you tomorrow.